So now that we've discussed a couple different ways to become wise with your money, we thought it'd be appropriate to talk about what that wisdom is for. That wisdom is for retirement. So what is retirement? Retirement is when you cease working, you leave your job, and feel like you're financially able to support yourself over those elderly years so you don't necessarily need to work. There's a couple different ways to go about this. There's Social Security, there's employer-sponsored 401k accounts, and then there's also the personal accounts that a person can make, like IRAs, stocks and bonds, and even investing in stuff like gold, keeping the gold standard. But first, we're going to be talking about Social Security. So Social Security is a government-run account where the government will take a portion of your paycheck and put it into your personalized Social Security account. So for me personally, I worked in elementary school and I was making minimum wage. My contribution to my Social Security account was $30 to $40. So it's not meant to break you. It's not meant to take your whole paycheck so you can't pay your bills. It's just a little bit here and there so it can build up. It's not necessarily for retirement either. If you become unemployed or disabled over your course of working, you can also dip into that money as well. Moving on to the personal accounts, discussing an IRA. An IRA is an individual retirement account. Now this account is up to you to set up. The government, your employer, they're not going to set it up for you. You have to meet with a financial advisor and talk about whether you would want a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. So the difference between the two, the traditional IRA is taxed in the end. When you reach retirement, the IRS will come and pull some money out of that account, when the Roth IRA is completely untouchable by the government. So the reason the traditional is touched by the government is because you can get certain deductions and benefits from the IRS and saying, hey, this money is going towards my retirement. Don't touch it for now. I'll pay you later. So the IRS will be like, okay, cool. We'll come for that money when you retire. Now the Roth IRA, you paid all your taxes and the government cannot touch it. So that's a benefit of a Roth IRA. So some common questions about retirement. What age should I retire? Now, that all depends on the amount of money you have in your accounts, whether Social Security, the 401k, or the personal accounts. It all depends on the amount of money. Doing a little research, I found that the number should be, over the years, it should be 15 to 20% of your yearly income. So if I make 100 grand from working in elementary school, I should be putting in 15 to 20 grand a year into my retirement account. So working 25 or 30 years, that 15 to 20 grand builds up into support for my elderly years. So the three main ways that people invest for retirement, as I've mentioned, it's the personal accounts, the Social Security, and also the 401k. The 401k is the most common because it's sponsored by your employer. So your employer, it's pretty much a Social Security, but the government's not doing it. It's your employer. The employer will take a portion of your paycheck and throw it into the account without even you knowing. So I talked about the gold standard. The gold standard is a personal investment that you can make that avoids inflation. It's to invest in something that won't lose its monetary value if the stock market crashes, if the whole economy just plummets like it's doing right now. So the gold standard would be a great investment for a long run and something that would not lose your money for retirement.